Did you click on anything interesting today? Did you update your calendar, email, your co-workers, or call your mum? No one will judge you if you didn't. Probably. But they'll know. Your mobile phone provider will know. Your email service will know. Facebook will know. And Google will know. They just have to look. And there you are. We're just wondering, how are our identities handled in cyberspace? As we put more and more of our lives online, our social selves and our businesses, we should deliberately gaze into the network that sustains them and ask, how does it handle our data? Right now, the main business model of the internet is surveillance. Google is free because it sells you, and so is Facebook and many others. You're a data point, no, millions of data points, of everything you like and dislike, which are thrown back at you in the shape of ads and offers. While it is convenient to find discounts exactly when you need them, bear in mind the prices probably fit to your paying possibilities, and, more importantly, the algorithms know what those are. They know how much you'd pay, what you read, what you watch, who you're friends with, how often you talk, and how you surf the web. So what? Maybe you've got nothing to hide. Well, then think of these 3 questions. First, even if you're a totally open person, should everybody be as open with their data as you enjoy being? Perhaps the nation you live in doesn't prosecute you in any way. Lucky you. But there are minorities for whom privacy is a matter of security. Second, how can you keep track of your online self if you have no idea who is handling your data, for what purpose, and for how long? Maybe future you won't be so happy with all those weird downloads of that constant dank meme sharing. And, ultimately, history isn't changed by the quiet and reasonable. Think about this carefully. Can you imagine a civil uprising in an age of ubiquitous surveillance? Can history be put forth by citizens who are watched and who watch themselves? This leads us to the second player. It might be companies who collect our data, but it's our governments that allow it. Wait, did we say allow? We meant indulge, benefit, and ask for. We might not know much about the government's secret services, but we know a bit about the biggest in the whole world, the NSA. Most data flows through the US in one way or another, whether you use one of their companies' hardware or software. Or you just surf and it passes through their cables. A few clicks away and you'll find despairing news on how government surveillance is done, pushing for funds in bulk collection of data instead of targeting suspects. This means your information is in a big pool of everyone's information, ready to be pulled out if anything happens. Not because you bought some dangerous chemicals or done anything suspicious, just because you're online. Still, you might ask why. The reason we are told sounds good enough. It's for our security. It's a tool to find criminals and predict attacks. But in a time in which we share our most intimate thoughts online, even unwittingly, giving unlimited access to them with the hope of prevention is disproportionate. It's kind of like having the authorities take photos of the inside of your home just in case some abduction might happen there. And if you live in a home riddled with devices, the data is already in someone's hands. They know when you go to sleep and who you sleep with. Just ask them. If you're in a country in which they're compelled to share the information with you, if not, you know less about your habits than they do. Philosopher Michel Foucault wrote about architectures of surveillance, unveiling the panopticon, a prison designed to instill the feeling of being constantly watched. Surveillance experts nowadays wonder if we live in a post-panoptical age, a period of DIY, in which we are constantly watching our bodies and minds by using tracking apps, reviewing and refreshing our online image. More so, some say we live in a panopticon, ready to push otherness out and to determine, as strictly as possible, what is good, sane, desirable. But collecting data isn't all bad. It's a goldmine for researchers, amazing for improving city infrastructure or study epidemics. How to have it all. Fantastic health, transportation systems that know how we travel, but also the autonomy that comes from privacy. There's no collective database if you don't give out your data. But then again, one should be free to keep his hospital records private, to say the least. There are some technical solutions already available, such as very good encryption, but we might also have to ask for new laws and push for alternatives. The big debate comes in many forms: privacy or security, individual well-being or collective, transparency or privacy. We can take some of these, but not all go together. Mixing well requires trying hard, and one of the first questions is, how much convenience are we willing to sacrifice? Because really, who wants to give up navigation systems just in case someone is browsing through their location at times? No one even reads those terms of agreement. So how do we know if they're used for unintended purposes? We should decide where to from here, because if we don't, others will. Smart devices will catch on and collect data. It's our responsibility to determine how companies or governments will handle them. First, we need to figure this out. Do we want to live in a totally transparent society in which all people can be watched by all? Or do we want to fight for privacy? Because a society in which just the citizens are watched breeds abuses of power. Second, we should explore ways in which we can balance both individual privacy and collective well-being. Big data can give us great things, good and bad. It's up to us. We're just wondering how to manage ourselves in this information age.